Okay, so what's up guys, it's Matters, and we're going to be talking about our first possible reveal for Black Ops 4, our first official announcement from either Treyarch or Activision, confirming that this year's Call of Duty, obviously is going to be Black Ops 4, or at least around that style of confirmation. Maybe they won't exactly title it as Black Ops 4, but we're going to be getting confirmation of this title and what it's going to be, the setting and different stuff like that. So we're going to go through how we know this information and when this is going to be occurring and how much information we will actually receive and all that good stuff. So that being said, if you can leave a like, that'd be greatly appreciated. Subscribe for more Black Ops 4 videos, and yeah, let's get started. So obviously yesterday and over the weekend we had this information from this Nintendo insider, basically giving us the idea, or at least his inside information, that it's in fact going to be Black Ops 4 and it's going to be in this modern era, boots on the ground, which we already sort of knew. But we got this information. That was the first day that we all as a community decided, like, okay, it's probably going to be Black Ops 4. At this point, we can reasonably assume that Black Ops 4 is going to be the game for this year. But again, at least with a ton of different people, or a large portion of the community, they like to wait until an actual official confirmation from the developer or the publisher themselves. And February 8th, this Thursday, is going to be the first day that we actually get some, true information regarding this year's Call of Duty. So, every year, Activision Blizzard, they have this different investor sort of conference call event where they go through, they talk to their investors, and they talk about what has been occurring with their different games, how their games have been doing. So, they go through Destiny, and they go through Call of Duty, and all the different games that they have under their belt. And, year after year, this is usually around the time where you get that tweet where it's like, this year's Call of Duty is going to be made by blank. I remember the first time they had this investor call, and it was the first time where we saw Sledgehammer's first game, and they were making Advanced Warfare. It was a big shock because we thought it was going to be Treyarch, and it was actually Advanced Warfare from Sledgehammer Games, and that was, from one of these conference calls. And basically, that being said, this is usually where they announce sort of their preliminary upcoming plans for this year, and in what we're concerned with Call of Duty. Now, past couple years, it really depends on how much information they give us, and that's obviously a big deal, because will we get the title of the game? Will we get the setting? Will we get any of that good information that we really need, especially with this year, how important it is, and how important that it is for it to be Black Ops 4, or this just good, solid Treyarch title. This is the year where we really need Call of Duty to come back to its, not its roots, it came back to its roots already, but you guys know what I mean. The community needs to come back. Call of Duty is just dead right now, so they need to do something big, and obviously it's a big deal as to what this game is actually going to be. Now, we're going to go through basically what they talked about last year, and maybe just expecting and trying to see how much information we are going to get this year. Now, I feel like this year is a bit different because we sort of already know that it's going to be Black Ops 4, so we don't need that much information. We don't need that much confirmation for us to, just to steer us in the right direction. I think any sort of subtle hint that Activision sort of gives us at this event on Thursday, will steer us in the direction where it's like, okay, yeah, it's going to be Black Ops 4. I think we can sort of tell. Or they could be extremely vague, and they can just talk about, oh, World War II, it was a good game, this and that. Call of Duty went back to its roots. They went back to boots on the ground. I don't know if they're going to mention Call of Duty World War II and the sales in general. I mean, nothing can do as worse, and nothing can just be overall received as poorly as Infinite Warfare was, as they mentioned in the last year of the last conference call last year in 2017. You just can't top that, okay? But this year, I don't know what they're exactly going to mention, because it's not like World War II did that well. It's not like it was just this crazy thing. So they could just say, like, okay, the community reaction to World War II has been good, has been positive. We're back to our roots. We're continuing that with, 2018. They're most likely 100% going to confirm that Treyarch is making it, which we know that's not new information. But here's another thing. Are they going to give us that extra bit of information that, okay, it's Black Ops 4? or it's a continuation of the Black Ops series, or that it's going to be in the modern era, which again, we get this information from the Nintendo Insider, but it's not truly confirmed until obviously Treyarch or Activision actually say it. So, you know, we can get that information as well, or they can go the complete opposite way and they can know. And I think the investors know. I think overall, everyone in the business knows, in the industry knows that Treyarch, you know, is just the dominant company, and Black Ops 3, you know, the microtransactions for that game had been selling well, just well beyond those past couple of years, well beyond its actual cycle. You had DLC 5, one of like the best selling map packs that they've ever had. I think it's very obvious to all of them that this year's Call of Duty, especially with Treyarch, especially if they continue the Black Ops series, it's going to perform well. So that being said, maybe they're way too confident to the point where they don't even need to tell investors anything. Maybe they go to this meeting, when they go to this call, whatever, and they pretty much just say that, you know, Treyarch's making this game, continuation of the Black Ops series, and that's really it. We're sticking with the boots on the ground thing. That's all they need to say, which, you know, it's going to suck for us, but it's also good too because, you know, they don't need to reassure everyone. And I feel like if they reassure people, and if they have this feeling inside where they need to say like, okay, don't worry guys, it's gonna be a good game, they're gonna be changing stuff, but we feel it's gonna be good for the audience, and we feel that people are going to like it, and this and that, you know, whatever the hell they're gonna say. I feel like I wouldn't like that as much, and I wouldn't be as confident as much, because Treyarch, they're supposed to be doing well. Everyone knows they're going to do well. Everyone knows they create good, solid games. So Activision reassuring them, or, you know, just really going into too much in-depth information with their investors, I feel like they're just trying to sell themselves too much, which they don't need to. If they don't sell themselves too much, I think that shows that they're insanely confident that this game is going to perform well, and that's just the end of that. So, you know, we'll see what happens. That's how I depict that information being released. Now, obviously, what we want a ton of information. That's just what we want as a community. We just want confirmation that it's going to be Black Ops 4. We want confirmation that, you know, we're going to have this cool zombie storyline. We want just any bit of information as possible. I don't think they're going to go that far. Again, this is an investors, you know, event. They're not going to go into storyline. They're not going to confirm, you know, different game modes and stuff. Like, this is the very first reveal of anything. This is the very first reveal of any information we're ever going to see for Black Ops 4. Obviously, we have so much time. We're just entering sort of the reveal season of Call of Duty. You know, we're not going to get a full-on trailer until, you know, mid-April or going into May at that point. And we'll see, you know, what we actually get until that point, you know, before, maybe with teaser trailers, maybe with specific zombie teaser trailers and the different snapshot teasers that we saw with Black Ops 3. So there's so much more time to give us, you know, just different bits and pieces of storyline that right now we shouldn't expect too much, and we shouldn't really need too much anyway. Just something to reassure us that, yes, it's going to be, you know, this Black Ops series continuing, and it's going to be good, and the boots on the ground, and modern era, and blah, blah, blah. Just, you know, just confirming what we saw from that tweet from Marcus, from that Nintendo Insider. Other than that, I feel like there's nothing else we should really need from this investors sort of event that they're having here for Call of Duty and for Activision, all their different games. Now, again, I don't know if they really want to go in depth on their actual plans for the DLC season, or their actual plans for any other outside Call of Duty entity, because I remember the investor report from, I think it was last year. I don't know if it was this one or another section where we actually saw the chart, and they had a chart of all the different things that they're going to be doing, and all the different, you know, DLC packs for each month and stuff like that, and you know, just how many you're going to have in the year. Obviously, we're not going to see that probably till next year at that point, but that's where DLC 5 popped up. And, you know, maybe again we'll actually get some information on, you know, new outside entities, new DLC packs, different stuff like that in the investor report if they have that same chart. I'm not so sure if it was the chart from this event or if it's from something else here. Maybe it was a different event that they had, a different investor event. But that being said, you know, we could get a bunch of pretty solid information, even if they're not specifically saying, like when DLC 5 was looked at in that investors report, it didn't say DLC 5, it just said, you know, new Call of Duty map pack. So it's like, okay, well, you don't really know what that means, but obviously it turned out to be DLC 5. Are we gonna see the same stuff here? Is it gonna reveal anything else? I don't know. I really don't know what the case is here. I think overall we just have to stick with, you know, the common knowledge that we have now, that, you know, they're gonna say, okay, World War II did well, we went back to boots on the ground. They're probably not going to mention the Call of Duty community or anything like that. I mean, they're probably just going to say, you know, we're doing good now, blah, blah, you know, sales are up, and then, you know, we're continuing with this, and, you know, maybe we'll have the Black Ops 4 reveal, but, you know, that's really it. So, that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you guys did enjoy, leave a comment below if you're watching it this video, comment below, play BO4 if you're watching the whole video. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.